Hey, YouTube! We are back with episode 9 of our SFO Grimhammer 2 Let's Play, playing as the Golden Order led by none other than the Supreme Patriarch himself, Balthasar Gelt. So last time we suffered a pretty embarrassing defeat with Balthasar against the vampire counts over here. Right around here is where we got our golden butt handed to us. And we also managed to give it back to them and then some with our other army, which has since been disbanded since we have confederated with Reichland, which has netted us quite a lot of territory to keep an eye on, and also a bunch of armies which we've also disbanded to kind of stabilize our economy. So now we've got
Prince and
Emperor Karl Franz over here hanging out. A lot of ranged units we're probably going to get rid of. Let's see, let's get rid of these archers since they're kind of useless now. Get rid of one of these guys.
Bring me to my men.
And we'll, surprisingly, that actually decreases upkeep. I think it's because something,
I command here.
I think it's trying to
Moving
calculate. It's trying to calculate something, and I'm not sure what that something is. But we'll deal with that. So he needs to heal. Gelt is going to heal a little bit before he goes back to the vampire counts over here. But let's go ahead, and we were originally going to build this building here, this Nuln Cannon Foundry. However, the cost increased due to the Imperium power mechanic that was implemented with SFO Grimhammer. So we're gonna have to wait till next turn. So let's go ahead, end our turn there, and see let's go see what's gonna happen to us now that we have a significantly larger amount of territory and hopefully power after that confederation. I guess we'll have to see what ends up happening here, because I don't usually confederate the empire so quickly, just because they tend to get themselves into a lot of fights that are particularly difficult, and I'd rather not be a part of those. However, okay, we got another confederation right away. So let's go ahead and take a look at that guy real quick. Let's see here. So, great strides have been made in your relationship with the state of Stirland of late. Their Elector Count Albrecht Haupt Anderson has approached you with an offer of confederation. Historically, Stirland had the ignominy. Oh boy, this one. Ignominy of sharing terrain with the realm of the vampires in its easternmost areas. Despite this, its capital, Wurtbad, is known for the wine as the wine capital of the empire, since Stirland's highest quality wines are sold there, attracting traders from across the empire. Will you accept Stirland's offer of confederation? So Stirland, I think Stirland's in a relatively good spot, but I think I'd prefer Averland over Stirland for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and assert Imperial.
Your conquests strike fear into the hearts of your enemies, mighty lord.
Oh, nice.
The wisest amongst them will know that fate is on your side.
Let's go ahead. So, unite the lands. So we've completed another chapter objective by basically owning 11 out of the 8 settlements required, even the worst emperors in history. Okay, so we've already read that. So we've gone ahead and gained 2,000 plus another 2,000 as a bonus objective. So they attempted to assault my garrison and failed. Oh, we got a light wizard over in Wissenberg. So let's go real quick.
The winds blow strong.
There we go. So we got him over here. Yeah, The colleges of magic rarely agree, but on this occasion they are aligned and will support you. A battle wizard is sent to accompany your forces. So now we've got a light wizard hanging out with us.
Now,
So Gelt doesn't really need a light wizard too badly, maybe as like a mana battery. Looks like he leveled up passively. Looks like he was leveled as a ranged combatant, so we can leave that. We can also increase movement range for Emperor Karl Franz.
your orders?
We're going to give this Empire, we're going to move this Empire Captain. Wow, the way they level these things sometimes. It is impressive. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and
Blessings
move.
of Sigmar
We're going to move
upon you.
Volkmar over here to
Hunting the wicked.
Ubishreich. We're going to move.
The instrument of
Let's see,
Sigmar's
we'll
will.
go ahead and combine these troops and disband one of the lowest, and
Yes,
then
General.
put our Empire Captain in with Volkmar to kind of help protect him. We're going to go over to Nuln. We're going to go ahead and build that. Whoop,
Sigmar grant me strength.
we're going to ahead and build that cannon foundry.
Do not waste my potential. The nation calls.
Which means we should be able to disband this, but I'm not going to just yet. What we can do, however, is start building up our forces over here. Actually, no, not this. We want... kind of want cavalry. But it might be more useful to have flagellants and eventually the Sigmarite disciples, which are specific to SFO Grimhammer, along with the Wolfkin. So the Chapel of Ulfric. Let's go ahead and build that Shrine of Sigmar, since I feel like they will be getting a good deal of Empire corruption. Dismantle this.
By the comet. I am ready.
Move Gelt
Are
back
you?
over here. We're going to start doing some damage pretty soon here.
By the comet.
I'm going to move, let's see. You could use a wizard.
What do you want of me?
Gelt should be
I'll
okay.
find the serpent.
Okay, let's go ahead and build up some
Volkmar the
infrastructure.
Grim.
So Grunberg is going to be attacked a few times, I'm sure. So let's go ahead and put up some guardhouse there. Eilhart is in a bad way. Uberschreich already has that, and we can also put the Red Moon in over here, which is going to increase its defensive capabilities by quite a bit. It's pretty cheap, and it does a lot of good for us. So let's go ahead and do that. So it actually doesn't make sense, but we'll leave that there for now. It doesn't make sense for this to be here since we want a gatehouse. Let's see. So this is where the Altdorf College of Magic is, so we don't need to build this necessarily because we'll have this over here. Same with these. So we're definitely going to need Shrine of Sigmar eventually. Eilhart, let's go ahead and build our guardhouse here too to improve that. And let's see, we can build this up a little bit, but it's going to bankrupt us. So instead, let's go ahead and set you up over here. That's not going to bankrupt us. I wonder if we...
In the name of Magnus. Now.
Let's move you over here to Eilhart, because I have a feeling
Ready.
that
What is your dark
the
purpose?
Dark Elves are going to be giving us the business, even though it looks like...
The nation calls.
Yeah, it looks like Middenland is taking care of it pretty handily. So that's at least something, but we will eventually have to deal with the north. But for now, I think if we ignore it, it shouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We're going to have Shrine of Sigmar to counteract this Chaos Corruption, so more importantly, we just got to take out the vampires over here. Okay.
Grand Theogenist.
And Volkmar can kind of move his way down in that direction as well. So let's go ahead and let's see who's missing.
Forge our faith.
Ah, we're gonna have you over here.
Righteous fury upon them.
Oh man. Throughout the world, the Old Ones left vast troves of power for use by their most trusted servants. To prevent such power falling into the wrong hands, they placed wards and cryptographic locks over them. As millennia have passed, these wards have weakened, but the arcane locks remain. To access the treasure, solve the puzzle. The Old One, Tephok, the inscrutable, never liked to repeat himself. Okay, so what basically I have to do is figure out which one of these 4 symbols belong here. So what we know is a couple things. So each row needs to have blue. It needs to have one of the numbers. And I want to say, let's see. This has to be blue and a 4. This has to be 1 and a red. So we already know 1, 4, 2, 3. And since we can't put a 2 here, so this one's missing a 2 and a 4. So we can't put a 2 here because the 2 already exists there and he can't repeat himself in this column here. So this has to be a 4. So if this has to be a 4 and blue, so that eliminates this because he can't repeat himself. So 4 and a blue goes there. So let's see. Blue, purple, so red and yellow are left, so between these two. So red and yellow, blue. So let's finish off this one. So 4 blue, purple 2. We decided blue and red. Purple. Ah, because this one's red, this one has to be yellow. So this one should have to be red then. So we're going to go with red 3. Okay, we did it. Whether or not the old ones have guided your hand, you've solved the puzzle, and we got a potion of speed for it. Not bad. Not the greatest, but not bad. Cool. Okay, and this guy got a level up. So we can go ahead and make him into kind of a battling lord. So safeguard. We'll turn him into more tanky. And we're on low funds. So if we proceed with the turn, it'll actually cause us to go bankrupt and cause attrition in our ranks. So we can't have that. So what we'll do, I think, is we're going to have to stop building something. So I think that might have to actually be this, since we don't desperately need it just yet. This is going to be useful, this is going to be useful, that's going to be useful. Okay, so we'll just do that.
What?
You'll hang out there, you'll hang out there. And we'll go ahead and end the turn there and see where we're going to get to after that. So this is where I start to struggle, because it starts to kind of spiral a lot more out of control. And you tend to lose some perspective on certain things here and there, as far as what's most important for the Empire, what's the next strategy, what's the next attack. Okay, so what's useful is that guy's kind of hanging out. Instead of White Kings are actually ridiculously powerful, and that Kevin von Leutzen is actually an homage. So it's dedicated to a employee of Creative Assembly, I believe. Maybe it was...
Friendship
I
is
think it
more
was Creative
valuable than
Assembly, the ones that
gold,
created the
or so
game.
they tell
They've
me.
added that character as like a tribute to somebody that passed away. So that's kind of nice. See, they're looking for trade and they're offering stuff. Cool, I don't mind a trade. So now that I'm,
Welcome to my
if you look at
private
my strength
study.
rating, because I'm strength
Wine of
rating
palest
1,
gold will whet our palates
this is going to
whilst we
potentially
speak.
prompt people to attack me or ask for a bunch of alliances that I'm going to reject because, again, I'm not interested in being dragged into a bunch of wars. So, the cover-up. It has come to the attention of another elector that you were a target of bribery many years ago, having taken a vast payment from the Merchant Guild early in your tenure. In return, you lobbied against tightened regulations on their businesses and were not the only head of state to ever have done so. The elector has proof of your acceptance of the Merchant Guild's gold, although a minor blot on your past. He is threatening to reveal the evidence to the other electors unless you give him considerable compensation. It may be ancient history, but the information will surely cause the other electors to question your character and place amongst their numbers. I can either arrange for political favors, pay the elector, or do nothing and lose imperial authority. I think the option here has to be a few political concessions can often be just as valuable as gold. Given time, this will all blow over and your reputation can be rebuilt. Pay the elector count some money. I can't do that because I'm very low on funds already. So I think the best bet here would be to either arrange political favors or do nothing, and I'm leaning towards do nothing, honestly. I think you know what? Let's arrange some political favors. We might need that imperial authority. We might need imperial authority. Ostermark rebels. Count Herdwig Ostermark has declared his province free of the Emperor's yoke. Ostermark is now an independent nation, the Elector Count has announced. Apparently, envoys are already in the courts of Bretonia and Marienburg. Do not rule out the politicking of the burgermeisters in this. If so, they must be punished. Okay, well, Ostermark, if that's what you really want, but you're in a bad way, and I would not have advised that particular course of
Who
action,
calls?
but, you know, do what you feel. So let's take a look over here and
Move.
see what's going on. Okay, so
Blackwit.
oh boy, we got Isabella von Karstein over here, causing us some problems.
That would be madness.
Ready.
I wonder if we could... I mean, we can try for the same...
Very well. I'll move.
We'll try for the same
I am
battle
in
that we
ascent.
won last time. Except this time with Gelt. So in theory it should go even
Moving
better.
would be wise.
Let's go ahead and... let's see, we'll start
I will
moving
cast out all evil.
Volkmar over here.
I see no other option. Summon the Elector Counts.
So with Karl Franz... excuse me. With Karl Franz it's going to have to be a little bit different. So he's going to have to be basically keeping an eye on his empire for now.
Cleanse the Empire.
So honestly, there's not a whole
Pick up
lot
the
more that we
pace.
can do at the moment with him.
Onwards! Onwards! Come, men, forward!
Gonna have to deal with those orcs too. I don't think they'll attack me because it's not the best move, but you never know with the AI. Sometimes they make some really, really weird choices, really wonky choices. So that should be ready soon. We got Volkmar coming over here. We got the Light Wizard heading up over
I
there
have
to
divined
join
the
Karl
path.
Franz. Franz will have to get his
Never yield.
soldiers improved, but for now we've got Volkmar coming over to help deal with the vampires. Let's go ahead and end the turn there, and we'll see what we can get done. Again, part of me is hoping that Isabella will go after us, though so here's the thing. With her units are lots of flyers, it looks like, and that is actually going to be really problematic for us because they can really easily shut down our guns. So potentially not the best thing, honestly, for us. I don't know how much infantry she has kind of just hanging around there, so it might be not the best plan, honestly, if she attacks us, but we'll see. Yeah, she'll attack us. Looks like it gives us a decisive victory on auto resolve, and I might honestly want to do that just because I don't want to risk. So the dogs won't really matter. Her infantry will just smash into the into that choke point. It's more the Fellbats and Vargeists that I'm mostly worried about at that point. Though I could always use... Shying away from this is pointless. It has to get done. It has to get done. We're gonna see what we can do with Gelt, and we're not gonna let them dictate how we're gonna make these fights, whether we do auto resolves or not. Ultimately, this is all about enjoying ourselves and improving. Like, if the more that you fight, the more that you play any given game. That's just true. You will improve over time. You just take the good with the bad. We lost one battle pretty badly, but that doesn't mean we're going to lose every single battle. So let's go ahead and take a look here. I like that Winds of Magic amount, so we're going to definitely take it. So the mortars, we can set up the mortars like this. Let's see, what's the best orientation for these mortars? Actually, if we set up the mortars even further back, so let's do this. Let's move everybody away because I have to figure out where I want to put things. If we put the mortars here, they will basically be able to catch everything here and everything here. What I'd like them to do, though, is maybe set up like this. Because I want them relatively close, because the closer they are, the smaller the circle of their potential firing area will be, and I want them to be relatively small because I don't want my units to get caught out. I don't want my units to be damaged, overly damaged for no reason. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have the Free Company Militia kind of hang out back here. That way they can shoot some of the Vargeists that are coming our way. And I might even throw the Nuln Ironsides here because they're really good combatants and they're not going to run from the fight. So that's going to be really, really useful.
Yes,
The rest of these handgunners, I'm going to position like so. I'm going to position 3 of them. Let's see. So that rise might be okay. So I think they should still be able to see there. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up 2 of them like this. We're going to set up 2 of them like this. And we're going to set up 1 of them like this. Maybe like that, yeah. Okay, and then we're going to set up Spearmen here. With a second Spearman, let's see, with a second Spearman unit with, let's go Eldard Guard over here. So they have a pretty clear avenue right there onto this group. They have a decent avenue I think from here to this group, to like this kind of general area here. And then we'll go with one unit like that, and then one unit. Where do you? Okay. And then we'll go with one unit over here, kind of overlooking this. And then we'll go, let's see, what do we have left? We have those spearmen, those Eldard Guard. We've got Balthasar Gelt, and then we have a bunch of cavalry. So the Outriders, actually, I wonder if we could... Seems crazy, but I'm going to try to hide out the Outriders over here. They shouldn't be caught out, I don't think, because they don't really... They're way off of the main avenue, and that should keep them safe enough until we actually get into a proper fight. See, the Mournfang are going to be a bit more difficult, and I think what I'm going to do is actually have them charge out and back. Actually,
Soldiers of the Empire.
Let's go like this and have the Mournfangs. Let's have the Mournfangs kind of charge out and away, and we'll use them. Depending on, I'll have to check some speeds. Depending on the speed of things, it might be a good idea to not have the Mournfang cavalry do that. But we'll see. We're also going to set up one unit of Eldard Guard over here, with the remaining spearmen kind of blocking off this pass, like so, so that they don't, with their bodies, block too many of the shots of these handgunners.
Spearmen!
So let's make sure they're really not blocking like that.
Ready for war!
What we might do is have them stand like this
We are Sigmar's heirs!
and like this. That way they're going to stop the enemy here, and that's going to provide a clump that's right there for our two guns to really shoot at. So we'll tell the guns not to run. We'll tell you just naturally don't run, so you're fine. You will kind of go up there if needed. They can shoot, and that'll take care of that. This will hold. This will kind of go and block off this entrance once the Mournfangs move out. The Mournfangs move out, and then we'll have Balthasar kind of waiting for his shots, whatever he can take. So we'll move the Mournfangs. We'll move the Spearmen.
We serve the Emperor!
I wonder if they'll send their... Honestly, if they send their flying units... Okay, hang on. So, U-mortars... I know I saw some... Not crypt horrors. I guess they might be hiding in there. Ah, here we go. Graveguard with great weapons. Yes, so... That's your job. You can shoot them, you can shoot them. It's not bad if they fight the dire bats, honestly. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's actually, in a way, to our advantage. Looks like they're sending most of their guys over there, so we're going to go ahead and move these gunmen over here. And we're going to have these gunmen, let's see, let's have them focus that guy down. Let's have you focus the dire bats. We're going to need the null gunmen to move up a bit. And we're going to need these guys to kind of move over here. And we're going to have the transmutation of lead go down. We'll give it another second or so.
By Ulrich's wrath! We serve the Emperor! Moving now!
So we'll have those shoot there. Now we'll have the transmutation of lead to weaken all the melee prowess of everything in this area. That way they can basically die really, really fast, and that's super advantageous to us. The Mornfangs aren't going to do overly well, but they'll do well enough.
Show us the foe! Conditions acceptable! We are Sigmar's heirs! Taking position! State troops ready!
Okay, we want you shooting here. Let's... They're going to not be able to shoot. Let's get you on the Cryptors. Let's pull these Mornfangs back. I don't want them dying. Let's go with... You'll shoot there, you'll shoot that guy. Let's see if we can't have a few guns focusing on those Vargeists, and then we potentially might have some of our units refocusing. Just rot off some of their armor so that the bullets do even more damage.
Spearmen!
Oh! Nope. Spearmen, you still have to hang out. But you guys can go and kick the crap out of some of these guys.
Handgunners! We obey!
So the Vargeists are attacking our guns over here. We really don't want that. Looks like we're gonna have some stuff to deal with over here. Who are you shooting at? Let's go like this. And let's go like that.
Missiles will fly! Handgunners, Sigmar calls!
Bow before me! Armor self. Feel my fire.
Mornfangs are doing their job. The gunmen are doing their job. So everybody's kind of doing what they're supposed to be doing. The mortars are trashing things. Let's go ahead and set up our cavalry guns over here. They can shoot in the back of these skeleton spearmen. That's going to be super useful. We need... Ooh, you guys are not doing so hot. So let's go ahead and tell you that's all going to be okay. Let's have you back up a little bit. Actually, let's have you back up this way.
Handgunners! Formation! March! Take the ground! Free company! For Heldenhammer, take the ground! For the Warhammer!
Mournfang cavalry! Rampage this way!
Ready to fire! Get them! Handgunners! Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have a little bit of an issue over here. So we're losing our spearmen. Our spearmen, actually the Eldar Guard, are shattered. That's not good. So the Vargolf is doing some significant damage. So what we're going to have to do is pin him down. So we're going to use our transmutation, for our final transmutation on him. That'll pin him down, and then we'll have a bunch of our guys focus him while our Mournfang cavalry kind of charges in. We'll target them on the Grave Guard, but they're going to be doing damage all over, so that's not bad. We're just going to go ahead and pull our guns back a little bit so that doesn't mess with us. The transmutation of lead is going to help a lot there.
Reynolds, aim! We're ready! Yes, sir! For France! Outriders! Free company! No lingering! Handgunners! For the Emperor! Attack! Show us the foe!
Ready for war! I am master of Shamon.
By Galmaraz! I Sigmar's will! Charge! Understood!
Go ahead and get a transmutation of lead down over there. That'll rot their ability to fight, which will be advantageous for our Mornfang cavalry.
Yes, General.
It's nothing but like single entities over there, so it's not really useful for them to be shooting.
Handgunners.
Let's see, what can we shoot at? Graveguard, not so much. Necromancer, nah. Isabella von Karstein. Let's see if we can't all shoot at the Crypt Horrors for now. Let's like really get rid of those.
Get them!
Take position!
Spearman! Yes, sir!
Me! Me! Me!
What do you think?
Let's go, boys!
Let's charge them through. That'll open up an avenue for our guns a bit more.
For Heldenhammer!
Not that they really need it at this point.
Bring us me!
Okay, not bad. A little bit challenging, especially with some of those larger units. That's kind of displaying, kind of showing how some of this can fall apart, especially with flying units. They can really easily shut us down, or like the larger entity monsters. So the single entities, or like the crypt horrors, they can kind of like smash through our line and deal a bunch of damage, especially like single entity units like the vampires. Isabella Vlad, they're both very, very good at like smashing through lines like that. So it's something we have to keep an eye on whenever we fight them. Elsewise, it's going to run into us against. Oh, we've unlocked the Regiments of Renown, the White Wolves, and the Silver Bullets. That's really cool. So we'll be able to do good work with those here in a little bit.
I trust our dealings will bear fruit.
Oh, I'm hopeful. They just want military access. How about a non-aggression pact and some trade agreements, and you give me a little bit more money because I'm just so awesome, and you're scared that I'll hurt you. Huh? Huh? Let's see how much money we can squeeze out this guy. Let's see. Let's go down to. You know, we'll be nice. We'll say 2,000. Okay. Nice. Okay, so that's another source of income. And we've got passive now regeneration on Gelt, along with a bit of a speed boost from defeating Isabella von Karstein. Cruelty restrained, Stone Cold Beauty is no guarantee of victory. Not bad, we managed to level up Gelt 16, which puts him on a Pegasus, which is really, really good for us. That'll improve his mobility, his ability to do damage, just all around good things. So Averheim's looks like they're going to take out the last of the von Karsteins there, potentially in taking the Moot as well. No? Okay. I'm perfectly fine with taking the Moot myself. I think eventually we're going to have to take a lot of these provinces back. And I think the best... See, Hochland, they're really into just colonizing wherever they can, so they're going to go after the vampires where they're the weakest, and problem with that is that, you know, we kind of need them to be going after the vampires over there. Be distraction. That's your job. But we'll see how this...
I trust our dealings will bear fruit.
Okay, so what do they want? Military alliance? No, thank you. Again, they'll declare war. I'll be obligated to join the war with them, and I really don't want that. So, Confederation with Averland. Okay, that's what I was looking for. So, great strides have been made in relations with the state of Averland of late. Their Elector Count, Marius Leitdorf, has approached you with an offer of confederation. The tenuously ruled land of Mad Marius Leitdorf are fertile, sun-drenched plains which lie next to both the Black and World's Edge Mountains. This places the Averlanders in close contact with dwarves, with whom they have a long and amicable trade history. Will I accept their offer of confederation? Yes, yes, I will. So again, we've put ourselves in the red, but that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. Let's take a look here. See who this guy is. Marius Leitdorf. Okay, so that's the Lord of Averland, which, again, the AI and the way it levels things is just impressive. So this guy's not bad. He's been leveled with Imperial Gunnery, which is really useful. And he's also got the Gunsmith and a Livery, which allows us more access to Outrider grenade launchers, which is really good. Some Outriders that we already have access to right now, and then some Empire Knights, which are always good for us, even though we
I am the supreme
have some of the best cavalry, honestly, the Mournfangs. So what we're going to go ahead and do and get on top of Quicksilver, so that Gelt can bombard things from long distance.
The Emperor bid?
And we're going to go ahead and
I am
have
the
Gelt go to the
For
Moot
its will.
and auto-resolve that fight. And we're going to go ahead and occupy. Mace of Hellstrom. Wow. Used by Johann Hellstrom, the first Grand Theogonist. When wielded by the warrior whose devotion is beyond reproach, the head of the mace glows so brightly it bursts into flames. That's really cool. I haven't seen this before. That might be something specific to Grimhammer, but I am not sure on that. Okay, so now we own the province of the Mootland,
By
the
the
Moot,
comet.
which we're eventually going to upgrade, but for now it stays as is. Averheim, I don't have huge problems except for this here. This makes no sense, so we're going to remove that and replace it with probably something walled. This guy, let's go ahead and give him some replenishment and some additional melee defense. We need him. He's going to be like a. We're going to build him as more of a tank. Let's go over here and see what the vampire counts are doing. We've got one of their Strigoi lords over here. We've got Manfred rebuilding over here. We've got, this is a pseudo-legendary lord, a bloodline lord, which is a mechanic that the vampire counts, and the von Karsteins, and I believe, what is his name? Heinrich Kemmler also has. They have those bloodline lords that they can awaken. Let's see. So we can upgrade this guy. So he's really good at damaging walls, cleansing corruption, assassinating. So we'll have him go specialist, and we'll have you go reassuring presence.
I will marshal the men.
We're gonna go see if we can't, because we need to assassinate.
Judgment
I know it's
is
only a
dead.
35% chance, but we're gonna see if we get lucky.
Not in my name.
Nope, that's perfectly fine.
The winds blow strong.
Okay, so we're gonna have you go over here,
This will help.
set up with Karl Franz. We just gotta level up, so we'll go with upkeep for cavalry, upkeep for infantry. He's gonna be more cavalry based, Karl Franz, but we'll get there in a little while. Let's see. For now, Blade Master is fine. You can stay there. You're coming over here. Balthasar Gelt just took that over. You're just hanging out for now. You just failed and you're that thing. This guy. Let's see, public order training. Specialists are relevant. War horses. Honestly, I'm gonna get rid of him. He's not worth the trouble.
The righteous hammer of Sigma.
And we're gonna go ahead and move him down to
Sigma
Dottenbach.
watches over me.
3 turns until that's ready. We can go ahead and increase the growth for where, wow, it puts it like way over weirdly in the load order.
It is time.
Mootland, however, we're gonna see if we can't, let's see, where is it? Let's go with public order. As much as I want it to grow. Okay, we kind of need, well, I suppose we can survive one turn without the income, it's not a tragedy. What we need is to... Alhart. Ubisreich is kind of... So they've got a lot of heroes in their army. And when I build up, they'll gain some more infantry. So I'm honestly tempted just to leave them alone. No. No. We'll start building up because we'll need this relatively soon, and we'll start building a tailor's guild as well, or we'll upgrade to a tailor's guild so we can get some more income because we're kind of low on the income at the moment. I want to see if we can't have both of these guys take Schwarzhofen or at least loot it, because that would be really good for us. Okay, and I think he's moved. I think we're all set for this turn. Actually, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and demolish this gunsmith because it's no longer really needed, and I could use the gold. Because we've got a gunsmith in Averland, we can go ahead and just use that as our place for recruiting any artillery. Plus, Nuln has much superior artillery and gunners and all that, so we can always use that as a place for that as well. But I think what's most important at the moment is to make sure that these vampires, they can take the moot. I hardly care about the moot. I think what's more important is making sure that I gain some money where this Kevin von Leudensen or whatever is really running around and starting to mess with some of my guys here, with some of my provinces rather, so that's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Looks like that's a very heavily leveled up necromancer. And we've got Vlad von Karstein to deal with. That's joy. Okay, so Vlad is incredibly sturdy, and after you destroy him, he tends to just come back right away the next turn.
Friendship is more valuable than gold.
I don't need a defensive alliance. What I need are some actually sturdy allies. Oh, Hochland, you're not actually going to go attack, are you? That'd be crazy if Hochland went in there. Look, it's Boris Todbringer. Wasn't expecting that. It looks like he's fighting. Yeah, he's fighting the... He is fighting the 1,000 Maws, which totally fine. Let him deal with the 1,000 Maws, saves me the trouble. Keppelberg. Historically, the region of Keppelberg has belonged to Telebeckland and all that jazz. So, actually, I think I might... The last time I think I gave it to Ostermark and they ended up losing it, so I think I'm just going to keep with Telebeckland. Let's see.
Raise Sigma.
Thou art unfit to govern me.
Face of Death. I have a feeling that's something that the Necromancer has. It's also possible that Vlad got it. God, he's got the Karstein ring. That's really not good. So the Blood Drinker gives him constant melee regeneration. Gives him melee regeneration. Or regeneration while he's in melee, rather, which is really not bad. Plus some extra melee attack, which is really not going to be good for us. And then the Karstein ring, so it restores up to 1,000 hit points and gives him 75% damage reduction, damage resistance, which he's already got 10% right there. Basically, it's going to make him, wow, essentially unkillable. He's going to be hugely powerful and very, very difficult to take out. I bet he's got, yeah, melee. He's got really good melee, missile resistance rather, which is going to also be very problematic for us. I am unsure how we are going to take him out, but I mean, if we can get
Moving.
Volkmar the Grim is definitely going to help us out a lot,
I
fighting the
am
vampires.
Volkmar.
Foolish mortal.
But
Who calls?
let's see. And a replenishment, basically useless. The wound is too weak.
Step to it.
Be gone.
Though the longer we wait, the more powerful he's just going to recruit units.
No.
So he is able to recruit Vargeists. He's able to recruit Vargeists and skeletons.
What?
Let's go see if...
I am the supreme patriarch.
So if we come over here, let's see what this looks like. Close to victory on
By
auto-resolve.
the comet.
Let's throw in a few more troops. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to assign somebody to this.
Sigma's will.
No,
Let's see. Now it's decisive on auto-resolve, and I think we'll stick with that. Just because I don't think I could do much better, honestly, than that. Let me see the map. Right, this is a siege.
Ulrich's will.
Such insolence.
Which means Faces of Death army ability. Okay, so
I will not.
summon a unit of zombies.
I shall be the...
Yeah, so we can just go ahead and auto-resolve that. Our infantry takes a bit of a hit, but we were relatively okay with that. Let's go ahead and sack.
Follow me. The nation calls. Step to it.
On march.
And we'll go ahead and get the last rank of Reassuring Presence.
The nation calls.
Let's see if I can block this army to keep it from coming over. It probably will take out the Moot, but it might come for Balthasar.
Absolutely not.
That's unfortunate. It might be just a tad far for them to get Balthasar, but I guess we'll see how that shakes out. We'll put a point to block army because we're going to also
The
use that.
Empire.
Let's see, we're going to go over here and try another time to... Let's go and try to assassinate again.
Heretic.
It's probably not going to work just because it was a really low percentage.
They will be.
Oh, look at that! I actually did it. Okay, so we actually succeeded in our task for Amulet of Seagull to assassinate, wound, or kill somebody from the vampire counts. Recruit the following hero battle wizard. The information received indicates that the intrusions are connected with the search for a magical amulet believed to have been buried in the tomb of a powerful lord centuries ago. The fact that the enemy are searching over a large area and in libraries as well as tombs suggests that they are yet to discover the amulet's precise location. However, they seem to be concentrating their efforts within the Eastern realms, and this provides a clue. Balthasar Gelt advises the Emperor that the search would best be orchestrated by the colleges of magic. Okay. So we got that there. Let's go ahead and over here we're going to build this, which is eventually going to increase income and income from trade. Okay, what we got next? No thank you, no thank you. Let's build roads because that'll increase our movement range within that province. In one more turn we'll be able to build this up to a fort. That's good. The moot next turn we'll also be able to go and would be able to be increased. So let's go ahead and get some unassigned skill points. So this guy, specialist, some more unassigned skill points, specialist. Okay, we're going to see how it goes. I have a feeling that this army is going to go in for the attack, and it's going to be pretty rough to get rid of, but hopefully we can auto-resolve it away. I'm not really good at paying attention to where the cavalry are going. I end up losing them in the madness of the fights. But I will make the attempt if necessary. Worst case, we can always use kind of our cavalry to... Let's see. Oh, they're going for the moot. Okay, I'm perfectly fine with that. Let them take the moot back. Kind of the ebb and flow of battles like this, where they take a settlement, I take it back, they take it back again and again. So we've also got our friend Volkmar the Grim heading over to the moot, which is also going to be super useful. Part of me almost wants to try to sue for peace, to get peace. Beastmen. The Beastmen are beastmanning. Oh boy, ever since their update, they've gotten ridiculous. Yeah, our chances of beating that army in the moot are relatively slim, but not zero.
The Empire's unity.
So let's go ahead. So they're asking for a trade agreement. Let's also... Ooh, not a military alliance. Never a military alliance. Let's go ahead and ask for some payment for this. Generous offer of a trade agreement. Looks like the orcs are attacking Marienburg and Cologne. Move a character to the following province, Reichland. You know, let's Keffelberg. It belongs to Beckland, but they really got to hold on to it. They're not doing a very good job of holding their territories. So let's
Who calls? The nation calls.
So the staff of command, move character Reichland. The Ulrichens' main force has moved away from Altdorf's walls due to the brilliant statesmanship of the Emperor. Volkmar, however, is in a rage. The slurs of Ulrich supporters and their armies' trespass must be answered. The Grand Theogenist deploys a warrior priest to seek them out. So I'd be able to get the staff of command with this fight. I'd have to beat a cult of Ulfric, which, woof. So I don't think this is... Actually, this might be. Well, I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever played as Volkmar the Grim, but... So staff of command, win the following battle with Volkmar the Grim. Staff of command, the army of the R. Ulrich has been found several leagues from Altdorf. They are in the midst of deploying, clearly expecting battle. Volkmar would not disappoint, as his reputation and honor have been despoiled by the cult of Ulrich. While fighting between two such noble religions is regretful. The Midlanders must be taught a lesson, with victory ensuring the staff of command's return. So we are for sure dealing with that.
Yes.
When Volkamar's a bit stronger and has a better army, right now his is okay, but it's not the best.
Sigma, grant me strength.
So I'm going to move him to Overhaul right now. And what we're going to do... Let's move you up here. Let's shift...
To the provinces.
Let's combine these two together.
Do not waste my potential.
Let's go ahead and move him into Balthasar's army. Him
Show me the accused.
into this army. They're not their best combatants, but the witch hunters, but they'll do.
Ready.
And then let's try to attack and see what happens. So now it's a decisive victory, but I have a feeling we're going to end up losing some of our units. Not a tragedy. I think because at the end of the day they have a massive force that would be very difficult for us to deal with, so I'm going to go ahead and auto-resolve this fight away. Yeah, see, my spearmen get really damaged, but I can always revive some... I can always hire, get more spearmen. So we're going to go ahead and occupy this land. Once again, putting the moot back in our territory.
Praise Sigma.
We're going to go ahead and move this guy
battle.
out of the moot.
So,
Wonder if we have... The Eldard Guard aren't ready, but we do have another unit of Nuln Ironsides and the Noble Sons Abroad. Which might be something. Maybe. So we'll go ahead and give you some more defense and we're actually going to put him on a barded warhorse. So let's go ahead and just give him some melee attack as well.
I am ready. Are you?
So cannot recruit because my army's full. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll really quickly combine these two units, recruit this unit, because we'll need to round out a little bit. In case we get attacked over the end turn, which is not impossible for that to happen. Silver bullets are good. Actually, we have a unit of Imperial Footmen, so that'd be useful. So let's go ahead and combine these Eldard Guard and get some Imperial Footmen. That way, so they have this ability, Imperial Vigilance. Affected allies in range, increasing leadership and vigor for allies in range. Super, super useful. They're defenders, they will stay put. Let's see. We got more Nuln Ironsides. We could recruit another one. It might be useful.
Tools of judgment ready.
Let's see. Oh, that must be all coming from
Do not mock me.
Castle Drakenhof, potentially. Ooh, or right here. Yeah, this looks like they're recruiting potentially some Black Knights from this binding circle, or they have one within Castle Drakenhof, which is going to be super complicated to deal with.
I trust no man.
Let's see, let's go ahead and see if we can't... Oh, who's got the higher chance? You're both kind of bad.
For Sigma!
Let's go take a look over here. So they don't have any more units. Let's go ahead. I know it's going to be nearly failing prospect, but we're going to go ahead and try to...
Seek out the heretics.
Okay, we blocked the army, so they won't be able to reinforce, but they are going to still be recruiting, which is unfortunate for us. Let's go ahead and host Festag. Let's also build this province up. And let's see. Oh yes, we wanted to upgrade the fort. So we could missed some. Let's just keep going. Specialist and damage walls. For this guy, so let's go with assassinate.
Now, chosen of Sigmar.
Okay. I think that's a pretty good spot to stop right here. We're starting to take some of this territory back from the vampires slowly but surely. I think within the next few turns we should be able to push them back far enough into Sylvania to gain a better foothold and then eventually take them over and start working our way potentially north, especially north from Altdorf. We'll get some more money and be able to actually build up Karl Franz's
Summon the Elector Counts.
army to be a bit better so that he can go help out dealing with the chaos that's ravaging the Northern Empire. But with that, we'll call it. And I will see everyone next time. Thanks for watching, and we will be back hopefully in short order with the next episode.